That's right, it's your resident e-ink boy, other than James, the other guy that looks like me, to talk about another e-ink tablet. This one's called the Bigme. I wanna say the model name, but we are unclear as to what the model name actually is. We'll get into that, but the key feature here that you should be interested in is the color. This is an e-ink tablet running Android with a color e-ink screen. I don't know if I've ever seen a color e-ink screen in person, so this is gonna be an experience for me. And for you. Come along. Oh, just for me? What? This is a weird stylus. Okay, it's thick. It's like thicker. When I did the books, I noted that like the Apple Pencil, it was kind of the perfect size because it feels like pencil size, but this one is thicker. This is like a thick pencil. And it's got 3 buttons on it. I do not know what those buttons do, but what I do know is that this stylus has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity, which seems to be the only number I ever say for styluses. Are there other levels? But now I'm curious, there's is that a connector on the end? There's a smart connector there, or a pogo pin, or whatever you call that. It's a mystery hole. Okay, let's take a look at this tablet. Bigme, once again, just for me. And in fact, that is me. Right there, they drew a picture. They missed the mustache and the glasses and the hair color's off. Okay, so it turns out that an e-ink color screen just looks like a regular screen, but worse. That's a joke. We're gonna turn it on, we're gonna look at all that, but first I wanna look at the outside. So interestingly, we have a power button that also looks like a fingerprint reader. Confirmation? It is a fingerprint reader and it's on the left side of the tablet. The other one that we opened, I was like, okay, this is taking some real cues from iPads. This one's like, you know what? We know iPads would have the power button on this side. We're not doing that, okay? We're different. We've got what looked like 4 microphones on the top. On this side, we've got the connector for the stylus. I'm just gonna throw that on there right now. Okay, that is scary. Look at that. I mean, it's magnetic, and there's magnets over here as well to keep it there, but oh my goodness, look at this. Wow. Moving on. On the bottom, we have, okay, a USB Type-C port, and what I'm guessing is not a SIM card slot like I thought last time.
It is.
Oh, it is a SIM card slot.
And a micro SD.
On the back, we have, ooh, it's like a frosted glass looking aesthetic, plus a camera of some kind that probably going to be for scanning documents. Now before we turn it on, there's an accessory box that I already kind of disassembled. USB Type-C to A, no charger though, interestingly. You can figure that out on your own, Apple style. It also came with these, why are there 2 different pins for the SIM card slot? You can put them on your keychain. They got little holes. Now, also in this accessory box is this little doohickey that I have no idea what that is. Is it something to do with the stylus? I don't think so. Oh, these are tips for the stylus. This is like a little pincer thing so you can pull the tip off? Look at that. That's an entirely novel thing to me. You know, you think you've seen it all, and then you encounter a stylus tip puller. Thank you, Bigme, for giving me this opportunity to learn something. It's very big of you. I thought it was big of me. Stop. Documentation. Oh, it calls the speaker horn. I made a mistake. On the bottom, or the left side, I guess, of the tablet, we got 2, I called them speakers, they're not speakers, they're actually called horns. Magnetic absorption charging port of what? That's what they call the magnetic charging connector. They call the stylus tips cartridges. And then this thing is a cartridge clip. Let's read some books, baby. Oh, and then lastly, this folio thing. Good e-reader. Oh, it's magnetic. It should be magnetic, but the magnets are on this side. Instead of like an iPad, the magnets are on the back, and then the folio attaches to the back magnetically, but there's no magnets on the back. I don't know how to give you the angle, but there's 2 little holes in the folio there. It's got kind of like a silky feel. All right, let's clear this stuff off, and I'm gonna turn it on and find out exactly how much having a color e-ink screen adds to your experience after this message from our sponsor. Thank you, dbrand, for sponsoring this video, I guess. They're a bunch of weirdos, but they do make some pretty cool stuff. I know for a fact that their grip case is called the grip case because it's kind of grippy, and like you'd think they'd come up with something like a little bit more creative, but for example, it's impact resistant, so you could call it something like indestructible case or something, or like the punchable case, or punchable company. The grip case can also be customized with any of dbrand's skins, including the new palettes collection they just released.
Why are you saying it like that?
What?
Palettes?
Palettes? Check out dbrand at shortlinus.com. Maybe you click it because it's funny. What am I looking at here? Is this the home screen? This doesn't look like the home screen. Does it have gestures? What? Home? Is this Android? This looks like the app interface of one of the apps that I used on the Books. Okay, I just need to get my bearings here. I don't even know where I am. What is this thing? There's a little, oh! I need that pen.
That could be the missing link.
Oh no, there's not a home button. There's a power button on the pen. And do I hold it? It's out of battery. What is this? What's this button? This went to, it got rid of the sidebar. This is very confusing because this is a different brand and they're using a custom Android skin, obviously, but like design of the UI looks very, very similar to the Books, but it seems like the UI is different than the Books. Jake brought up that I should explain why the UI is so confusing. Android has a design that is already fairly user-friendly. So when you reinvent the wheel and try to make it completely different, it better be more user-friendly. If you're coming up with something different, make it similarly user-friendly, because this is just confusing. I don't know where, I guess this is the home screen. No, even clicking the home button won't take me away from offline books. How do I just go back to the apps? I don't know. That's the end of my rant about the UI, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. So we got dark enhancement. What, whoa. Okay, let's put that back down. Refresh mode, let's go to top fast refresh mode just so I can use the thing. Vivid enhancement, okay, that's a little bit better. Wow, look at that latency though. I feel like that's worse than the Books. Color brightness, give it all the way. Give me all the, what? That looks like it got less bright. That doesn't seem to do anything, adjusting the color brightness. Okay, time to go over some specs and stuff that I didn't quite hit the first time. This is a 10.3 inch screen, and the resolution, I guess, of the screen is 1872 by 1404, but that's only in black and white mode. In color mode, which I'm in right now, it's less, it's quite a bit less. It looked significantly like fuzzier when I upped the refresh rate. The other thing I should mention right now is that there's a front camera as well. There's a back camera that we saw, and there's a front camera here that I didn't even see the first time around. 5 megapixel on the front, 8 megapixel on the back, which frankly, I feel like I would want the higher megapixel count on the front, since it's like, am I gonna be walking around taking photos of other people with this? Can I not switch to the front camera? Okay, I'll just take a photo of you guys. Ready? This is so weird again. All right, wow. Whew. Okay, so we are in color mode right now. I wanna switch to black and white. How do I do that? What is this pause button up here? Apply split screen. Oh, that's not a pause button, that's split screen, okay. Oh, it has dual tone as well. Okay, because people got really upset that I had the yellow backlight on the whole time last time. I'm gonna have the cool backlight there and there. We got full and half, all right? Is everyone happy with this? Are we happy with this color? You let me know. So now I'm gonna fly through some of the features of the device. I mean, just take the point that the UI of this Android implementation is very confusing, okay? Now take that, and then we're gonna talk about the more important stuff. Are you ready? Let's go. So as far as we can understand, this tablet uses a processor using 8 ARM Cortex A53 cores, which is kind of an older core. You know, you don't need a crazy amount of power to run e-ink applications, although I wish this thing had some more of something. I don't know if it's processing power. Before I get any more lost in the weeds, I'm gonna open up a book. Okay? In the book reading interface, if you tap in the middle, you got your e-ink controls. At the very least, that came up. In the Books, that nothing came up when I couldn't figure out how to bring up the actual controls. I like the clarity. I mean, obviously the clarity will depend. I mean, it could be the case that when we were trying to figure out how to like turn off the color, like you were saying, it could be the case that the sharpness just kind of increases a little bit when you're not looking at anything with color in it, which might be the case here. Let's say, if I bring that up again, everything's to 0. Dark enhancement. Yeah, I could use a little bit more contrast. There we go. I like that a little bit better than the default. No complaints about the actual physical look of the text. Let's go to the Notes app. It looks like I've turned on the stylus, I think. I clicked the power button and it beeped red a few times. And it's got some pressure sensitivity. I'm not getting any, whoa, I'm feeling like resistance on different parts of the screen. Like it's smooth and then bump, 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 bump. I'm feeling bumps on the screen as I drag the stylus across. This is so confusing. So we got pen, we got range, which I guess means, okay, range means select. I can select something to delete. Sure. Okay, we got shapes, rectangle. Oh, it just makes a rectangle and then I can adjust the size. Am I on the fast refresh rate? I am, wow. I'm on the top fast refresh rate and this is really choppy. There we go, we got options to change the type of drawing. Let's go to the brush and we will draw in red. This is what's so interesting to me about e-ink screens. It's like it can't handle giving me a real-time preview of when I'm dragging the rectangle to be a different size. But when I draw, it's like perfectly fine to give me the input of the pen on screen as soon as I draw it. If someone understands exactly how e-ink screens work, put something in the comments about why the whole screen has to struggle when I change the size of a rectangle, why it can just render the output of the pen right away. Does it have, it has palm detection or whatever? I'm writing notes. I will say that the writing feel, it does feel more like writing on paper than it does that you're writing on an actual e-ink screen, and I feel like I can kind of put pressure on it. That's one of the issues with tablets and using styluses. Every time I use a stylus with a tablet, depending on the display, maybe they're better at this now, but you feel as if you're gonna break the display when you press on it. But with this one, I can actually feel like I can rest my hand on it and I don't feel like I'm gonna break something. And also when you press on the screen, it doesn't give you that distortion around the tip of the pen that you sometimes see with LCD displays. I guess YouTube is already on here. We're gonna try and run Crab Rave. Okay. I hope the viewers pick up on my frustration with this because, watching the video, I will say that I'm pleasantly surprised at how fast the refresh rate is. We don't know the actual hertz number of this because, it's been hard enough to find the actual name of the product, but I am sort of impressed with it. You can watch. It's enough to kind of get the gist of what's going on in the video. I will say the speakers are bad. There's a thing for Office. There's voice controls. Oh, and I can scroll and there's more stuff going on. There's voice translation. Good e-reader, I guess, is their store for books. Oh no, you can buy actual products here. They have a store app to buy more products from all sorts of, they have Amazon Kindle Scribe. They have a shopping app. Okay, this is a shopping app for, do you see what I mean? Logo customization. What is that? Help me out here. It's done loading. Oh, no, it just, the loading bar went to the end and then it went back. Is this just customer case? If you have questions, you can contact Bigme 888 on WeChat, okay? And they have a telephone number. Okay, make me a logo. I'm gonna draw a book. Oh, this is not, I thought this was a place for you to draw, but it's not. This is, this feels like I was having a trippy dream and then I became lucid in the middle of it. And I'm trying to talk to people in the dream, but they're saying things, but the things that they're saying don't make any sense because I'm having a dream. So they'd be like, morning, good, and lunch I was having later to go inside the car? And it's it could be a sentence, but it's nonsensical. All right, I'm down here because unboxing this product was exhausting. Thank you, Bigme, for sending what we think is, we're pretty sure is called the inkNote color. Overall, each individual experience in the tablet was okay. Using the Notes app itself, once I kind of figured out where everything was, that was okay. Using the e-reader app was okay. Somewhat impressed with the refresh rate. Speakers suck. But overall, my takeaway from this tablet is that the UI is horrible, and I could learn how to use it, but it would take a long time. I would say don't get this product because unless you're willing to spend a number of hours learning how to use it when it's an Android device, and it probably should be more easy to use. It's $700, so that's too much. If you want to see more unboxings of things that make a little bit more sense on ShortCircuit, subscribe. Hey, go watch the Boox tablet that I unboxed because that one made a little bit more sense, quite a bit more sense.